All right, I forgot the old chesty, so I'm just gonna use the iPhone here to show you the driveway and work on the day. You can see there's no crown. The driveway actually slopes in like this, makes a gully. So I'm gonna knock left side down, the right side down, try to get this water. Which if I go back here, you can see my tire track. This was a hump here. I'm gonna knock this hump down, grade it up this way so that water rushes down here and goes in the yard. And actually a puddle here instead of going here and puddle there. And then my customer wants me to take out this railroad tie, this old railroad tie, and replace it with a new one she has over there. So I'm gonna bring a new railroad tie over here and bury it right here. And then I'm gonna add some, basically right in here. I'm gonna bring some railroad ties over and stack them and extend the driveway over here. So not a crazy hard job today, easy, something simple on a nice Tuesday morning. Didn't work yesterday. I just prepped the machine, got it ready, and then did some editing on my laptop and wrote some bids, designed some tracks. But Tuesday this week, today, I'm doing this driveway. Then I'm taking, I left Wednesday open, Thursday open, and Friday we're going out to that new public dirt bike track that's opening up down here in southern Indiana. And I'm working on it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The homeowner wanted me to be there, or the track owner wanted me to be there with him, so we're all on the same page. But it's gonna be a big track, and I'm happy for everybody that rides dirt bikes and is in this area to see it, because we've never had a public dirt bike track like this in my lifetime in this area. So I'm super stoked to be a part of that. But yeah, I'm gonna strap the old GoPro on top of the skiddy, and we'll get this railroad tie out, put the new ties in, and then we'll get grading. is I'm taking down the sides, taking down the high side here, and slowly sloping it that way. Not too much, because I'm just trying to basically get a flat. I'm basically trying to get this flat again. That way my new stone comes in and I ordered enough to get 3 inches on top. I'll come back through and knock it down this way and knock it that way. That way there's somewhat of a crown. And that way when the water gets down there, it goes to the right side and pulls down that downslope. Basically following where that culvert, that little pipe is there. Then over here, you can't tell on the video, but right there's a wicked gully. So I'm gonna knock this side down again too, lower. After I get this flat, I'll knock this side down and have the water go off and try to fall all down through that way. It doesn't just stop and puddle, because right now it's stopping down there. That little concrete slab is just puddling up with a huge puddle. So this driveway's not been regraded in a long, long time. So I'm trying to make it all fresh and new again before I get new stone, then we can manipulate the water, or have the water already pre-manipulated where it's gonna go. And I still gotta do the railroad ties. So I'm gonna time lapse me prepping it, and then I'll set the railroad ties, and then when stone gets here, I'll throw the camera back on, or the GoPro back on. All right, just got the drive all the way graded out, got those ties in place, and I'm getting ready to ask the customer and see if he's okay with the location of those ties, make sure it meets his needs. But I was just scrolling through Instagram, I saw Grant Cardone post a picture that says, "You always look crazy until you're right," or something. I think that's what it says. Yeah, you always look crazy until you're right. So essentially what I took from that is everyone always, not everyone, but I would say 80% of people or 85% of people I talk to about my plan with leaving HVAC, my family business, to go and do this dirt work thing when I had no formal training. Everyone's like, why would you do that? Why would you put your family in jeopardy of being a failure? And I never thought of it that way. I always had the confidence in myself to where no matter what, I could figure out a way to be successful. And you have to count on yourself and bet on yourself, but you have to be willing to sacrifice time away from your friends and doing fun stuff. You have to be willing to grind and bust your butt, because I'll be honest with you guys, 2 years of my life, I worked almost every weekend. I at least worked 3 weekends a month. The first 2 years I got this dirt work business going while I was still an HVAC technician. And you might see people on Snapchat, your buddies on Snapchat, going to concerts, going to parties, out in the bar. Personally, that wasn't the lifestyle I was living at that time. I was 24, 25. I was 26, I think. Yeah, 26. I just had my kids. So I was out past that party thing, but still, I still had buddies that were single or that were married without kids, that were traveling, doing this fun stuff, fun stuff, because, you measure fun, define fun. Everybody has their own version of what they think is fun and enjoyable. But you get FOMO and you feel left out and you want to do all these fun things. But in reality, I took those 2 years and sacrificed the fun times, and I grinded and busted my butt and focused on my goals. And I was determined, and even though it was hard, through faith and through trusting God and really believing that I could do it, I tried my best. And then, like I said before in other videos, I prayed and prayed and prayed, and finally got a sign to where it was my time to go on my own and make it happen. But for 2 years, literally 2 years of my life, I sacrificed a lot of time to work and build my name and build my business. Between posting online, marketing locally, networking, it was a grind. And for all you guys starting out, getting in this business, any business, I don't care if you're power washing, I don't care if you're excavating, anything, you have to count on yourself and have confidence, because every entrepreneur that I've ever talked to and sat down and had a one-on-one with, they all think outside the box. And thinking inside the box, we're trained from kindergarten, from 5 years old, to get in line, to obey. Get in line, obey. Do this, be quiet, follow the society, follow this path, go to college. You're trained to be inside this box. That box is not for everybody. That box is not what I would call successful. Sure, some people might measure success as, you got a wife, you got a kid, you got college, you got the house, you get this stuff. But to me, I see it as a trap, like debt, stuck here, can't do nothing. I'm working 8 to 5 every day, 5 days a week just to pay my bills. That's not successful to me. I want freedom. I want to be rich, as in I want to have freedom to be with my family and have memories. That's what's rich to me, not having a big bankroll. Being rich as in freedom. So I don't know. For all you entrepreneur mindset kind of kids that are young coming up, just think about that. You can do it. If you have the mind and you're willing to risk it, to hustle, don't drive the newest trucks because you can afford it. If you can afford it, take half that and buy a truck and make that work and put the other half towards an investment to pay you off in the future. So, yeah, that's something on my mind I want to share with you guys, because a lot of kids are not taught to think outside the box. You think to obey, get in line, do what society says. But that's not successful. They train you to be good employees, not good entrepreneurs. So anytime you guys have questions or anything about how I started a business or what I did to get going, please DM me on Facebook, Instagram. Leave a comment. I love talking to you guys, because we have one ride on this roller coaster they call life, one trip on this rock. When the good Lord takes us home, that's all we got. So we all need to have a good experience, in my opinion. We all should enjoy life, be good people, have a good experience, help people come to Christ and be Christians. And the world goes round, divided or united we stand, divided we fall. We have to come together and help each other out. So my thoughts on this Tuesday. Dump truck's on its way from the quarry. I just got a text from the lady at the quarry, said truck's loaded, headed your way. And another thing I want to touch on, that I just thought about in this situation, is I'm using a quarry that's not the closest to my job site, and I'll tell you why. Because the quarry's close to my area, which I live in southern Indiana, the limestone capital of the world. Literally, we are the limestone capital of the world. And there's some local quarries that are literally 2 or 3 miles this way, but the stone is crap. The quality of it's crap. The color is crap. It's not clean. I don't like it. So there's another quarry that's about 5 miles, 6 miles south, and I call them and use them because, 1, they're cheaper. 2, they have better quality stone. And what I mean by that, the clean, white, beautiful stone, and the driver can spread like a madman. So when Mike gets here and starts laying this stuff down, this guy's an OG, 58-year-old guy that can just lay her down. Actually, you know what? I think Mike's older than 58. He's probably mid-60s, but he freaking rips. So I know people always say, where's the closest quarry? Use the closest quarry. Well, my situation, I have multiple quarries around me because I'm in the limestone capital of the world, and I use what I think looks best in the operation. The whole turnkey operation logistically is better for my business because it looks better, it costs better, all that stuff. So don't always maybe necessarily use closest, but use what works best for you. More dirt tech tip. More dirt tech tip about stone. LOL. I got Mikey here. He counts his chains like a true truck driver will. This guy's... I talk him up, he gets nervous, but yeah, just do.
No, you ain't gonna make me.
And Mikey says, no way. Yeah, if you can get me close as you can here, you don't have to make it a perfect 90, but I just put this here, obviously, but if you can back up and give me a pass up through there, and then basically, if you make it too thick, I'll make the driveway wider because it was real skinny, so. Yeah, you can see where I widened it on the sides there because it was basically, it was inside your tires earlier when I got here. My truck and trailer barely fit. My trailer was actually hanging over because it was so skinny. All right, brother. Mike absolutely rips. This guy has hauled tons of gravel for me over this area. So I try to use local people wherever I go. So this is a local company, Flood & Sons. They drive right for the quarry, and they fought a lot of gravel for me when I used to work for my dad. They did a lot of work over here. We're about 45 minutes from my house south. So this is all the local people I use by my house don't travel as far typically. Not for one load of gravel anyways. He says, you ain't gonna make me nervous. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm having them dump it pretty thick there so I can put a new crown on it and track it in. This guy is, look at that. Woo! Beautiful. that one wrapped up. Pretty happy with it. The customer's happy. I'm happy. It's 1:14 p.m. I'm rolling home already. Got there at 8 o'clock this morning. Mike came to an awesome spread job on there. Put a good crown on it, track it in, and we're out of there. So it's kind of tricky how the angle came down by the garage. It kind of sloped down and sloped back up. There was like a place where my skid steer wouldn't sit level. So there's kind of quite a bit of hand raking I did to make it right. But that driveway's not had a crown put on it in 13 years, they said. So I am I'm happy with the overall outcome. I'll post some pictures here and the clips. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching this one. And I'm gonna roll home and then load different buckets up and get ready for Friday. Because Friday we're headed out to that new dirt bike track in Salisbury. And we're gonna put some finishing touches on it and get ready to open it up to the public. So that'll be an exciting one to check out, and I'm looking forward to it. Y'all have a good one. We'll catch you in the next one.